The first thing to do in drawing this given figure is to check if the units will be on mmgs. Then proceeding to top plane, have it on sketch, draw a center line in this area, then add these center lines to these specific points as follows. Next is to use Smart Dimension. This one will have 22.5, enter. Then the other is on 105. If necessary, we will extend the line accordingly. We will now use an arc command, selecting 3-point arc, clicking to these points, and after that, selecting this point, hold the shift key and select the other point, click merge points as its relation, and use Smart Dimension, type it as 10. Next is to select center point arc. Having the origin as its starting point, draw this as follows. Click it in here to adjust. Then we will now use the 3-point arc and then just draw an arc connecting the 2 points. And then add relations with tangent. Next is to use Smart Dimension and then type 16.5 for this specific area. Now we will add an arc using 3-point arc to this area. After that, use Smart Dimension and type with 9 as its distance. Then the arc will be 6. Then also add relations of tangent. Next, this will have 40. Then we will use center point arc. Draw the arc as follows. And use Smart Dimension, modify it as 6. Next is use the 3-point arc and connect the 2 specific points. Modify the arc using Smart Dimension. We will type 600 and we will add relations of tangent. Now for the next step, we will use mirror entities, then select all the specific areas as instructed. Then proceed to mirror. Click the center line, then click check and exit sketch. Proceeding now to front plane, select sketch and have this view. We will use 3-point arc and draw an arc to this area. Also add another one to its endpoint. have an arc to this direction. Now we will add relations with tangent. Now we will modify it using Smart Dimension. Type this part with 84. Next is with 12. And the last one with 54. The arcs will also be modified. This arc will be 500. The next is 20. And the last one is 40. Now we will have a centered line to this endpoint and have its relation of vertical. Next is we will select this point, hold the shift key and select this arc and click pierce. Then proceed to Smart Dimension, modify it to 10. Next, the distance for both endpoints for this will be 143.5. Now we will exit sketch. We will now proceed to the right plane of the figure. Click the reference geometry and then plane. Now select this specific point. Click check. Next, select again the plane and now select this point and again click check. Now selecting the right plane, select sketch, have this view. We will use the 3-point arc and draw one in this area. Make relations to its endpoints with the horizontal. Click its midpoint, adjusting its view. Select this arc. Holding the shift key, click the midpoint and click pierce. Now we will use the Smart Dimension and type 30. Then click check and exit sketch. We will also hide the right plane as we proceed on selecting sketch on this plane 1. Have it also changed to this view. For this step, we will just repeat the process that was done earlier. When it comes to modifying its dimension, we will change it to 10 with the relation of make a coincident. Then exit sketch, we will also hide the plane 1. Next is we will have to sketch on plane 2, have it in this view. And again, same process to the previous arc. But modify its smart dimension with 40. Move the arc accordingly. Have a relation of pierce. Make it smaller. Hide also the plane and click exit sketch. The next step would be selecting insert, then surface, and then boundary surface. Right click, select selection manager, click these arrows, click the specific arc, then click check. Now for direction 2, select this arc and click check. Next, go again to surface and select loft. In profiles, we will select this arc right here and the arc right next to it. Proceed to guide curves. Select this sketch. Now again, go to surface, select loft, select the specific arc and the arc next to it. Using guide curve, select this one sketch, just like this, and then click check. The next step will be selecting the front plane, then sketch. Now select in this area the sketch. Then click convert entities. And then we will draw a center line to this area, have its relation to vertical. Select this endpoint, shift key, select the arc, then select make a coincident. Now we will trim some of its unnecessary parts, and also we will have to extend this line and then exit sketch. We will now use surface. Again, click boundary surface. For direction 1, select the specific arc. And then in direction 2, we will select this line, then click check. Next thing to do is select surface, click meet. After that, we will select the overall drawing and click check. Now go to insert again, surface, and select trim. In selections part, select this sketch. Next, click it here, select this figure. Now we will remove or trim the unnecessary areas, then click check. And then proceeding to insert point to boss, click thicken option. We will modify it to 1 mm and then check. Finalizing it, we will change its appearance, selecting the whole figure, select metal, then brush nickel, then drag it to the given. So finally, we are now done creating the figure for this activity.